Hey guys, I wanted to make a quick tutorial on how you can make your own animations and Unreal Engine, or human animations and Unreal Engine. Okay, so this will be a pretty quick tutorial, but it's something that can get you started. So let's open the engine. And before we get started, one thing I want to say, I am not an, an animator here. I make my own animations from time to time, but they're normally something simple that I can make. But I'll let you know how I get started so you can get started. And then from there, you want to do most of your uh, own research on how to best make better animations. Okay, so let's go to games, and we want to make a third person project. Call it whatever here. So you can even do this process for first person animations. So whatever you need, you can do it from here. And don't worry, this is for humans. Okay. All right. So if we were to say just open this and nothing was open, if you click on content, type in rig, we want to look for this one here. Okay, and that's under the characters, mannequins, and rigs. So content, characters, mannequins, rigs. Okay. So if we actually just drag this out, it will bring up the sequencer and the control rig. Alright, so the first step is we want to click on the body here. Go under the global controls, and we want to check all of these boxes here. These boxes are IK controls, and the IK controls, it makes it simpler to make animation. It moves bones where it moves bones that follow other bones. So if you move the leg, it will bend the knee and stuff like that. Okay. So now that we have that selected here, we can actually just start on our animation. So I'll do a quick walking animation, and then I'll show you how to save it, and then we'll apply it here. Okay, so the walking animation is going to be a looping animation. So if we come down here on the bottom left, we want to click that to make sure it's looping. And if we click this icon here, it will create a keyframe every time we move. And that's pretty much what we want here. So first I start, since it's looping, I'm going to start with the first pose of the animation. So I'll do right foot first. You can just click these to move the character in place here. So normally if you're making an animation, you want to use a reference. I'm kind of just doing this off the top of my head. And unless you're an experienced animator, you normally don't want to just pull from memory. You want to use a reference. One thing we can do is actually take off snapping as well. So that will give us smoother movements here. We're trying to drag things in place. Okay. So this will be our starting pose. Okay. So with the loop animation, you normally want your starting pose and ending pose to be the same. So it didn't make any keyframes here for us. So what we'll do is we can click this plus button, which is the whole mannequin body, and it will force keyframes. Okay. So I'm going to make this walking animation 90 frames long. So if we drag, we can highlight all these frames here. Right click, copy, drag the line up, right click, let's try Control V. Okay, Control V to paste. Okay, and the middle frame. The middle frame is where we want to show the opposite of the animation, or the transition back to the original state. So that would be with the left foot forward instead of the right. And the arms. Okay. Okay, so now if we look at this, we have a start of a walking animation. So we have the main key poses, which is the right foot first, left foot, then right foot. So now what I have learned to do is go between the transition pose and the first pose. And we want to make edits to where you would be going in or transitioning into this pose here. So with the left foot coming forward, what normally happens here is your left foot would be off the ground. Okay, so we're taking a step. We need to readjust that. Okay. And then from the middle here, we do the same thing with the right foot. Do the right foot coming down. Okay. I just want to make sure that's working correctly. Okay. So at this point, this is where you may want to add like additional things here. Like when the foot lifts, you may want the body to lift a little. And then when the foot comes down, we may want the body to drop down a little. And then the same thing here when the foot comes up. Okay. So we're getting a bit more movement here. So with the right shoulder or the right hand forward, we can have the turn the booty. We can have the right shoulder leaning into that, and then okay. Okay. So we have some type of walking animation here. We want to have them lean forward a bit there. Okay. So this is where you would want to go into your like resources and figure out how to make this look a bit smoother. But that's somewhat of this is how we would get started. So if you're looking at this and you're like, well, that is way too slow. So what we can do is Control A to highlight everything. What, that did not highlight everything, did it? No, it did not. Okay. So we can highlight everything. And we can grab these points. Actually, not everything, sorry. We can highlight everything but the first set of points here, are the first keyframes. Grab these. Oh my god. Okay. Grab these and we can move them in here. Okay, so let's move it to, what, 66 frames? Oh, it doesn't like the foot lift. So let's click on this here. Let's see where the foot is not lifting. Okay. Okay, so say you made this animation and that's that's good enough for you. You're saying, okay, I'll use this animation. And even if this is still slower, we can change the playback rate and the animation as well, so we don't have to make the frame shorter. So to save this, what we want to do is we want to click on. Okay, we want to right click on the mannequin body and go to bake animation sequence. Okay, and I'm just going to make a new folder. Animation. Right, and this will be the animation's name here at the bottom. Walking loop. I want to export. If we go to the content browser animation, we have the walking loop here. Okay, and you can essentially just use this animation the same way you would use any other animations here. Where is the... Okay, walking loop. So I'm just going to add it here to make sure we see that does work. So yeah, this isn't the best animation. And let's actually take this one out here. Let's see. Rate scale. Okay, let's just make sure it's showing up here. So it's using many, so it should have showed up here. I'm not sure why it's not showing. Oh, she has her own blend space. Okay. Let's try again. Let's see. Maybe having issues with like an IK or foot IK. Okay, so let's skip the foot IK just to see if that's what's causing the issues here. Okay, there we go. So this, like I said, it's not the best animation, and to make better animations, this is definitely not where you want to where you want to be here. But to get started with your own animations, this is exactly how you want to get started in terms of being able to make it. But with practice and instruction, you can actually get started to making some of your own animations. It doesn't have to be like combat animations or big animations, but something like interact, pressing a button, bending down, idle animations. That's something that anyone can essentially learn how to do, and can save some money over time. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Um, good luck with your own animations.